Hello and welcome to Mount Motor. What I'm going to show you today on a Moby XL 40cc Blades gas scooter is how to clean your muffler and how to take it out. Alright, rule number 1 in cleaning out your muffler, you do not, I repeat, you do not want to clean out your muffler when your engine has been running for a while, right after your engine has been running. It will burn your hands off. Alright, the first step is to locate the screws that are holding up your engine cover. Alright, so we have 2 here on the starter and 1 on the transmission. Alright, once you've done that, you can go ahead and start removing your screws. Remember, there's 2 screws on the starter and 1 on the transmission that we have to remove. Also very important, try not to mix up the screws because as you can see they are different sizes. Alright, now you're ready to remove your cover. So go ahead and just gently as you can try and remove it. And the spark plug wiring here right here, it's gonna be in the way, so try to work it off. Just jiggle it a little bit, okay? And it should come off eventually.
Now the cover is completely off. Now as we look at our gasket here, we wanna talk about that later when we're putting the cover back on. So just keep your eye on that. We're gonna talk about that later. Now let's move over to your muffler over here. Right now what the camera is showing to you is the catalytic converter, and we're gonna be cleaning that out first.
Now, when you're gonna unscrew this Phillips head screw right here, try not to bust it. I've already busted it a whole bunch of times and have to use a different tool to take that screw off. As you can see right now, I've taken off that Phillips head screw and I'm going to remove this cover right here, and then under the cover there's a little net. And if it's really dirty, you want to go ahead and clean it out. Right here, see, mine's pretty clean, so don't have to worry about that. You can probably just use a piece of cotton or something, like maybe even a toothpick, and go ahead and just scrape off the carbons there. Now, if your net is heavily contaminated by the carbons, you need to go ahead and buy a new one, otherwise it'll be impossible to clean. And as you can see here, that is the exhaust port right there, the hole right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this thing back on so we don't lose any pieces here. Go ahead and put the net on. Make sure the hole on the net matches with the hole on the muffler so we can put the screw in. Then go ahead and take your cover, put in this little slot back here, and cover the net. And go ahead and put your screw back on. Go ahead and tighten it up. Alright, so now removing the muffler is going to be kind of tricky because of the gasket, because underneath the muffler there's also another screw, a very small screw somewhere there. As you try to get it close up here. There's a screw there and it's kind of hard to get it off with the gasket in the way. So what we're going to do, so it won't be that difficult, we're going to go ahead and take off the muffler screws, the heavy screws over here first. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, now I've taken off the muffler, and as you can see the gasket is specially cut so it fits through all those little screws. As you can see, there's a little bit of hangers that keep the gasket on. So you want to go ahead and take the gasket off, and as you can see the gasket's a little bit oily. You want to go ahead and take a paper towel and clean that up. Now if your exhaust port is pretty oily, you want to go ahead and take a paper towel and just go ahead and clean it. And if it's blocked by a lot of carbons, you want to take a popsicle stick and you want to scrape off the carbons. So it's a pretty easy job, it's not that hard. So once done cleaning out your muffler, you want to go ahead and put the gasket back on. Alright, the gasket is on, and now we're ready to install it. Alright, now what we want to do, we want to go ahead and put that muffler back on. So what we're going to do, we're going to take those two bulgy screws and put them through the muffler and into the cylinder head first. And then the small screw, which is on the bottom of the muffler.
Now the exhaust is securely fastened onto the motor, and we are now ready to put the engine cover back on the engine.
Now what you want to do, you want to go ahead and squeeze this piece right here into this cutout right here. It's pretty easy to do, pretty easy. And then with the gasket part, remember I was talking about the gasket, you want to put the cover over the gasket, not in between. You see how it can be put in between? Don't do that. Go ahead and put the cover, go ahead and put the cover over the gasket, not in between those two little slots in there. And putting the cover back on, you also want to put the spark plug into its proper cutout there, as you can see. And then don't put the spark plug cover on yet. You want to go ahead and put on your screw on your screws. Once your cover is securely fastened, go ahead and attach this rubber cap here, the spark plug cap, and make sure that your screws have washers. Alright, go ahead and check. Alright, and if your cover is sort of loose, you want to go ahead and tighten up those screws, and if it's crooked, you want to go ahead and loosen up those screws and then put it in the proper position and then tighten those screws back up. Now we're ready to test our motor here to make sure that everything is working well. So let's go ahead and test it. Alright, this motor is working pretty good. So that means we've done everything right. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and thanks a lot for watching the video and visiting Mount Motor. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me at mountmotor@gmail.com. If your engine is not working well, go ahead and check all the gaskets, check your carburetor, and make sure enough gas is getting into the engine. And if you don't clean out your muffler at least once every 3 months, you can have bad idling and just your engine won't work at all, sometimes even. So if you have any questions, go ahead and email me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Alright, thanks a lot for watching.
So good, I got to yield.